we have a new vacuum cleaner that is farming fuel now for you while you sleep. Step number 1 though, stave off the pesky cold so you'll never have to worry about it again. And we can do this in the first 10 minutes of the game. And for this, we need to go into our gear and scroll all the way down because it says bear skin, cold resist and frost resist plus 10, and then another bonus for defeating enemies. And the same actually happens on our pants if we craft it then with bear skin. No other item gives us bonus resistance. They give us sprint speed, for example. You're going to be getting logging and mining speed on the gloves. But the main thing to take care of that we're not freezing, and that's what you want to have bear or seal skin for. And they're so easy to get at the beginning. For bear and sealskin, you should start in the Onyx Tundra. And the best spot to land is right next to forest and dried harbor. We'll get to that in a bit. First, as soon as you then land and get your bike, we can drive up to the Pipe Isle teleportation tower in the top right corner, or you make your way to the cluster of ice in the top left of the region. This is where bears are, and at the teleportation tower, you ride south into town. And this is a warmer region. It ain't super cold here, which is quite good. And then we can go clubbing, but the good kind of clubbing. Oh, there's a bear too. So that would be a bear skin if you wanted to. But here we do have straight away tons of seals. And if someone just murdered them, you can teleport in, teleport out again to get yourself even more seals. These little innocent beings get murdered by you, and you're going to be picking up set seal skin. Make your way back to your gear crafting bench, and now when you're about to craft your chest armor, you can select which kind of hide you want to use. Deer is 5 cold resistance. Scroll down, 5 cold resistance. The Highland deer would be 5 cold resistance and sprint speed. And then we're going all the way down. The sealskin is 10 cold and frost resistance, and the bearskin also 10 cold and frost resistance. This only works on jacket and pants. The other items have fantastic bonuses as well. But to stave off the cold, it's those two. And if you want to go above and beyond, you can go into the Wish Machine store with a G, scroll down and buy yourself from the Blackstone set 1 single piece, because they give you cold and heat resistance plus 2.5. Not only that though, because the piece of Blackstone equipment can be crafted bonus with either Stardust Source or Cold Crystal Ore. And if I'm using Cold Crystal Ore, I would be replacing the Cold Resist 2.5 through a Cold Resist plus 5. Now, Cold Crystal Ore is the new resource that you can farm. This is what it looks like, and if you run close to it, it will just explode on you. But you can pull out your Molotov and always have Molotovs with you, throw it on, it takes damage, but from this point on, it is harvestable, and you can get yourself very simple cold crystal ore. Ta-da! With all of this created, we get plus 5 cold resist, plus 10, so 15. And then we get the next plus 10, plus 25 cold resist, and we can go anywhere we want without ever worrying about the minus temperature. Minus 10, minus 20. And if we reach minus 30, you can simply pull out a torch, and then you'll never have to worry about it again. Done. We have no cold problems, and we can just exist perfectly on the map. Now, why should we land next to forest and also dried harbor? Because this region in the very beginning does actually have human enemies, and human enemies give you that one commodity that you need, called gunpowder. Keep in mind with your landing spot, all materials are everywhere. Tungsten, copper, you can get iron straight away, aluminium, all of it. No matter where you land, it is all simply available. That's the new change. I can already stock up on tungsten, so it doesn't actually matter where on the map you land. There is resources available from all tiers. Some areas do have a higher density. Some caves have hidden tungsten deposits, but this is forest here right now. I essentially landed exactly where this man has its base. I could just go rate this for the beginning materials. You could get yourself tons of early stuff, could pull out your torch if you're actually suffering, and it is a good XP grind in the beginning as well to just get your levels flying upwards. And then as soon as you have the basic stuff done, you get your bike, you have picked up your seal skins, you have gone and crafted yourself your cold resistant gear. then we can think about moving your base to the top right corner next to the pipe aisle teleportation tower and exactly where we are right now. And the reason for this location is actually pretty simple, because you can see these, well, black spots. Guess what that is? That's oil. But not only oil, the location is very special. And that would be pollution. Yes, look at my backpack. This area is heavily polluted. That pollution means we have access to easy star trace or if needed. But there's a specialty out of this region because we're not having a lake next to us. No, we get something different. We got a neighbor called a Chaos Weaver. Those are the world bosses that you can kill. We don't want to mess with this one right now. No, our base is at the seafront. And if you put a water pump into the seafront, something rather interesting happens. 67 pollution, that's the seafront towers. This is my land-bound ones. These water pumps are making barreled crude oil because this is an oil region. And they're also putting their polluted water over into the storage devices. So we get tons of polluted water in here from these two as well. But our friends that are in the water, they're actually making seawater together with polluted. Now, the bit polluted they're pumping out is not interesting for us, but they're actually pumping out tons of seawater, which can be then turned into purified water. Yeah, we have easy access to purified water, polluted water, and crude oil. Everything we need to essentially get ourselves our impure acid consistently going on. That is crazy. We get the whole acid farm in one location together with a fuel farm. And for the fuel farm, we have a new friend, and that is him. That's the vacuum cleaner from the beginning. He's called Tar Pudding. It's a 1-1 skill rating right now. I've had him running for, and let's be precise about this, it's 4 a.m. in the morning. I left the game yesterday at 5 p.m. That's quite some hours for a 1-1. He gave me 9 portable mixed fuel. If we had him 3-3-4-4, well, you can imagine, just activate 2 or 3 of them and you never have to go for an actual fuel grind anymore to get your barrel premium fuel. And the way you get him is quite simple. There's 2 bosses. We get the Tundra Monolith, which gives us the Secret Servitor. That's here on the right side in the Onyx Tundra. And then the Vena Fort does have the Avalanche Monolith. There's the trend in there. It's the new ice trend, and you can just farm him down easy as it goes, especially if you do like the unstable bomber build with Bombardier Souvenir and just go. He's just going to get completely obliterated. The Tar Pudding does another interesting thing. He doesn't just pull fuel out of the ground. If you do actually build a fuel refinery, the super refinery, he interacts with that to speed up the refining process. And we're talking about bringing it down from 30 minutes to partially 20 minutes, depending on the skill rating. That's quite amazing. Before you ask about this array, yes, I brought over the paper dolts because paper dolts are farming me interesting resources that I can then turn already into tier 3, tier 4, and tier 5 stuff. So I can't farm tier 5 stuff right now, but I can get that already from my lads here. We can get some of the plastics that we'll need later. We can get some of the rubbers. We can get even the special orange plastic that you want to have tons of. You do want to have at least a 4-5 skill rating paperboy to fulfill your dreams. And the most important one to get is a lethal rabbit. Because a lethal rabbit does what? He finds you all types of skin, wolf skin, rawhide, all the kinds of meats, everything. And he can find you partially some very rare skins that later, when you're crafting your gear, with a crocodile skin, for example, you can get logging and mining yield plus 25. And with a reindeer hide, it's just mushroom yield. Yes, you do certainly want to have these ASAP. Might be even worth it to employ a second lethal rabbit that you're just assured to get more skins faster. Oh, and in the amusement park to the left of Ice House Camp called Wishland Eastern Park and Wishland East, you can actually get into the roller coaster, which you also have to do for a seasonal goal, and then you can ride it, which seems completely unnecessary, but I love it. Now, the most important thing, Way of Winter had one problem for me, and that was getting power running early because I was not getting enough refined hard and fireproof plastic. They were really stingy about this, and I found 2 locations that aided me very well. All the way to the left side in the Vena Ford, there is the location called Frost Forge. Yes, this is all the way to the left here. Frost Forge. This has tons of refined parts, and it has an whole underground part full of storage crates. Simply amazing. And the second location would be in the right side of Vena Ford, and we're talking about Hive Rail Restricted. That one too had tons of refined parts and everything. Probably do the Hive Rail first before you actually go to Frost Forge, because Hive Rail does have a lower level of enemies and is easier to farm down. And the best strategy to level in week 1, I mean, we could be taking all that salt and we could just be cooking it, but honestly, your friend is really farming down the monolith, the avalanche one, to just push it a bit further. It's 2,000 plus experience per run, and you do have your chance to get more tar puddings that we can then stack up on portable mixed fuel very easy, and don't really have to worry that much about your crude oil farm. I mean, I could go RFK for the next 5, 6, 7 days and just have quite some tar pudding going on. There's another new deviant called the Hydronaut fish. And what he does is he participates in water purification and can speed that up as well. And you can occasionally get a fish while doing so. And that one you can get from fishing, but there is also a quest in the Whalebone town. It is not the main low quest. I did that one. So I would assume it's going to be in the name of love to actually get yourself one of those as well. Ladies and gentlemen, how have you been enjoying Way of Winter? Has it been good for you? Are you liking it? And if you have any more tips to share, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Now, if you're still unsure about the paper boys, here's the video explaining them and also the live stream of our day 1 here on this server if you want to see how we build everything up and how we went through the struggles. Enjoy. Have a fantastic good day.